Ekholm is an Oiler, and Frank, this feels like a perfect fit for what that Oilers blue line needed. Someone who's just going to steady the ship and give them reliable play in their own end.
You know what? I'm not sold. I think this is one of
Really?
those trades that has the potential to be a lateral move in the sense that the real change for the Oilers is stylistic. And you could make the argument that that's exactly what they needed for a team. Some would say needs to defend better. The argument, I think, has been in Edmonton, defend better, or do we need to move the puck better? And so that's sort of the push and pull that has existed when viewing the Oilers' needs through the prism of this trade deadline. And I think there's risk here, and in much the same way that the Kings traded Jonathan Quick, a very popular player, now also Tyson Barrie on the move from Edmonton to Nashville as part of this deal. And it's not just that Tyson Barrie is a really popular player in that dressing room. It's also that he was quarterbacking the league's #1 power play that has been clicking at 31% this season. So you tinker with that. You're going to have to move Bouchard up to quarterback your power play, which he can do and has done previously, but has also had a bit of a down season. So there's risk that your power play maybe isn't quite as good now. And so moving forward, what does Mattias Ekholm have left? That's the big question. He's got 3 years left on his deal at now $6 million after the Preds retained $250K. But I think the Preds saw some of the writing on the wall with a player who has lost a few steps in his game. And after basically getting Ryan McDonagh for peanuts from the Tampa Bay Lightning on a similar contract already, that the Preds saw the writing on the wall and said, maybe we should move on from Mattias Ekholm while we can still get something of value. And that's certainly what they got in return, because the Oilers had been asked about Reed Schaefer multiple times this season, and every time to this point said no. And so you take a significant roster piece off your team in Tyson Barrie, you take one of your top prospects in Reed Schaefer, and a first-round pick. This is all going to hinge for the Oilers, not just on how they look in these playoffs, but also how does Mattias Ekholm look moving forward.